Stafford Z-Scale is a scale model of Main Street, Stafford Springs. Stafford is a small mill town located in Townhall County, Connecticut. Although it's a small town, population-wise about 13,000 residents, area-wise it's the third largest town in Connecticut. The town was settled in 1719, and the railroad came to Stafford in 1850. My first challenge in building this layout was how big to make it. Z-scale is 220 times smaller than the actual size. Looking at some maps, I designed this layout to closely follow Main Street. Once I had the finished size, I built a custom stand to hold it, using mahogany with scratch-beaded columns and raised panel doors, and a top that opens for easy access to the inner workings of the layout. The center control panel to hold many switches to control the features I might want to add. The next part was to lay out the track, the river, and the roads using foam board and plaster and some cork. My next challenge was the Christopher Allen Bridge, built in 1912 with its beautiful stone arches. I took many photos from every angle. With some wood and plaster, the bridge began to take shape. Now it was time to think about the unique buildings of Stafford and how to capture the detail and charm of this town I call home. I started with the town hall. After looking at all the detail in the photos, I decided the best way I could show the charm of the town was to use the actual photo for the building. To do this, I would need to straighten out the picture, remove everything that's not the building, the background, the foreground, the wires, and other obstacles. Using Photoshop, this took many hours to get just right. I stitched the front and the sides together, scaled it to 220 times smaller than the actual building, and wrapped it around blocks of wood. Some of the hardest buildings to recreate were the Congregational Church, built in 1850, and the old Stafford Library that is now the Historical Society. The many roof angles and the clock tower were definitely a challenge. Main Street is constantly changing. Some businesses that were there for many years are gone. This building collapsed from heavy snow one year and is now an empty lot. I will keep it on the layout as a snapshot in time. The Holt Memorial Fountain was also a challenge. This has been the centerpiece of Main Street since 1894 and is the oldest roundabout in North America. This was carved from a single piece of wood. Back in the day, it was a watering fountain for the horses. If you enjoyed this tour of Stafford, please subscribe to my channel. To see the inner workings of the layout, the electronics, the sound system, and how I made those very small cars move, please watch part 2 of this video.